The war Jesus fought in the garden. Starting in Mark 14 verse 32. Then they came to a place which was named Gethsemane, and he said to his disciples, "Sit here while I pray." And he took Peter, James, and John with him, and he began to be troubled and deeply distressed. Then he said to them, "My soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even to death. Stay here and watch." Continuing the narrative in Luke 22 verse 41, we read, "And he was withdrawn from them about a stone's throw, and he knelt down and prayed, saying, Father, if it is your will, take this cup away from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but yours be done." Then an angel appeared to him from heaven, strengthening him, and being in agony, he prayed more earnestly. Then his sweat became like great drops of blood falling down to the ground. For those that don't know, this condition recorded by Luke, of whom was a physician by profession, is known as hematohydrosis. This is considered to be a very rare medical condition that is brought upon by extreme anguish and emotional stress. Hematohydrosis results in the rupturing of tiny capillaries around the sweat glands, causing an individual to sweat blood. Knowing this should give us a deep appreciation and love for the ordeal that Jesus endured for us prior to his harrowing arrest and crucifixion on the cross for our sins. Now continuing on from Matthew 26 verse 40. Then he came to the disciples and found them sleeping, and said to Peter, "What? Could you not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray, lest you enter into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak." Again, a second time, he went away and prayed, saying, "O my Father, if this cup cannot pass away from me unless I drink it, your will be done." And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. So he left them, went away again, and prayed the third time, saying the same words. Jesus went through a war in the garden. Because Jesus is fully God and fully man, he knew the absolute horror and brutality that awaited him. He knew that he was going to be mocked, spat on, whipped, humiliated, and ultimately nailed to the cross, taking the punishment for the sins of all of mankind. He was blameless. He was sinless, and he was innocent. He truly was the perfect sacrifice to absolve the sins of the entire world. If you ever feel alone and unloved, just remember that your Creator chose to humble himself, put on human flesh, and die for us so that we can spend all of eternity with him in heaven. What an amazing, mighty, powerful, and loving God we serve.